And this picture is of the very first group of young Americans. They weren't called Young Americans at that time. They were called this Greater Cincinnati Youth Choir. It was back in 1959, 1960, that era, this was taken outside of WKRC radio studios, not WKRP like at the new television show, but WKRC radio studios in Cincinnati. We did the first stereo radio broadcasts I think ever done in the United States by a group. We also did some pioneer television shows there in WKRC TV downtown Cincinnati. These kids are my land. It's like kind of hard on me to come in close to them. It's like taking me back. Let me see if I can focus this better. Taking me back a lot of years. Don't remember many of their names, except that little girl right there in the center of the picture. She's a wonderful pianist and a wonderful, marvelous girl. This young lady here was out of my high school in Cincinnati. Gorgeous first soprano, I remember that. All these good people. Good, nice people. One of the girls, this one here, coming up here, that poor little girl right there, she was in a tragedy in Cincinnati. Her boyfriend came in and killed her, and her whole family shot them all. A lot of memories. Good, fine group of young people, forerunners of the Young Americans, Cincinnati, Ohio. I think 1958, 59, 60, right in there. Okay, you guys. Hope you all have had a good life. I'll get the next one. Ha! This is a group of young people down in Sydney, Australia. And it's at the Sydney, I don't remember what. Over here is Mr. Bill Carey. And a girl he was dating over here at the time, a wonderful girl by the name of Terry. Her father ran a bank. Oh, look at this. Hi there. My gosh, I knew them all. Look at this girl. She's a comedian now up in Las Vegas, does a lot of work there. Japanese girl, not young lady that went to Japan with us for the first time. Oh, and here's old Marvin Robinson. Ah! Hi, Marv. What you doing up there? This young man here, that's a whole story on him. Harvey Hansen. He was killed in an automobile accident coming back from a San Francisco show one night. A whole big long story on him. Young Americans down in Sydney, Australia, doing the, I don't remember what festival down there. Okay. Royal Easter Show, that's it. The Royal Easter Show. The Young Americans down at CBS television. We did a network show with Meredith Wilson. Oh, brother, see how if I can get in on any of these people. Woo, that's hard. Linda Alsberg, someplace in there. Oh, you can't recognize them with all their helmets on. Gordon Harkness in there. That girl really sang. Whew, that one right there. Both of these people. Gordon doesn't look so good there, but they really sang. There's Lisa Binney on the end. Young Americans, Meredith Wilson show, CBS television. Young Americans on the Hollywood Palace television show. I think it was ABC TV. A lot of fine people in there. They were way back behind Barnett Ritchie. I think, is that, what's her name that does that?
Vicki Lawrence?
Vicki Lawrence? Yeah. I don't know. Looks a little like her. She was with this group. Oh, I can't remember their names. They're all wonderful kids. I remember that one there in the middle. Marvelous vocalist Nancy O'Brien. There's one of the first, the black young lady there in the center. She was one of our very first presidents. Rich Chalet down there, way over here on the end. He's over here. I wish I remembered names. I never was good at names. Debbie Lampel. Great body, great voice. Oh, did she sing? That one there too. She was a marvelous, marvelous voice. Woo. Okay, Young Americans. Hollywood Palace. Okay. Young Americans receiving a an award from the City of Los Angeles. Robert Cohen on my left, from Columbia Pictures, that produced the movie. Back in 1968, I think. A Life magazine spread on the Young Americans was a big thing in those days. There. This great photographer came and took pictures of us and stacked us up on a special step. It was taken down at the Greek Theater. There's Barnett Ritchie again, Lisa Binney. Some of those names escape me. I wish I could remember them, darn it. Okay?
Yep.
About this one over here. It's an old picture. Old publicity picture. Okay. Oh, there's a girl up here we should catch. There's Barnett again. Hey, Barnett, you look real good. Whoop. Cutie. A little grainy. All right. One of our first choreographers. This was taken at the Hollywood Palace too. Ward Ellis, over here. A wonderful choreographer. He was great. But, a bit of a problem to work with. We didn't get along most of the time. But a terrific choreographer. He's the one that also left us and started a group called the Doodletown Pipers, taking a lot of the Young Americans with him to begin it. There's a group of 4 men. See if I can remember all their names. Standing next to me, of course, is Mr. Rod Serling. Rod was in the opening days of the Young Americans, donated some of his money to help us start back in 1961, late 61. Robert Middleton, I think that was his name, was an actor. He helped us in narrating the first show that we did in at NBC. And Bob Huber was a staging man out of Cincinnati that moved out to California. He now lives down in Australia. Was our business manager.
Give me a good still shot of that one if you can.
Rod and Milt. Rod was a nice man and a good man. This one is of Mayor Yorty. Again, awarding Bob and myself an award of some sort from the City of Los Angeles for the motion picture. This was one of our first performances. It was just in a bank, I think out in, not Burbank, but Glendale or Rock something. Just a typical performance that we did. One of the first groups, probably 1962 or 3 or 4 or 5, right in there. Surely not any later than that. Okay? The Young Americans movie. This part filmed in Los Angeles. Nancy O'Brien on the left, behind her in the middle there, looking over there is a guy by the name of Dennis Heath. He was our president. And this, of course, is a gal that went on and did a lot in her own way with Carol Burnett in a show called Mama something. Vicki Lawrence. This is the Young Americans at the Greek Theater, the very first performance that we did. Debbie Lampell, others that I should know their names, great kids. But there's Vicki again, I think. Isn't that Vicki? Yeah, that is Vicki, I think. Young Americans at the Greek Theater, our first big professional show. One of the first articles in Life magazine a lot of memories. I wonder what it says. 3 years ago, a 35-year-old Los Angeles high school. Huh. The end. Not a real note of rock and roll would pass their lips. Well, nowadays I'm not so sure. During the making of the Young Americans movie. Ralph Pettiford. This was the Young Americans in Tokyo, the first time doing television work, meeting the audience, etc. This is the group doing a farewell concert at,
Come in a little bit more.
at the
There. That's good.
it's doing a farewell concert at the Sendagawa Gymnasium in or big arena in Tokyo. Very successful venture. Same group of kids doing the Kazoo March in Tokyo. This is a group in rehearsal. This of interest is this little bugger down here, a neat little girl called Suki Smith. I wonder what went on with her life. A lot of things I would judge. She was a very adventuresome, fun-loving girl. Who's now probably about 35 or 40. Well, I don't know. one of the Reboot girls down there closest to the camera. Linda, next to her, went to Japan with 3 kids and spent a lot of time singing as a trio. Girl by the name of Connie Karcher, the love angle in the movie. Wonderful girl by the name of Betty Lucado on one of our bus trips. Good, wonderful girl, became a teacher. It's still movie time. This is movie time, done in New York with the movie kids. This beautiful young lady was also part of the movie bunch, as was this nice young lady, who was also one of Young American's first presidents. Wonderfully poised, beautiful girl. Speaking of beautiful girls, there's another one that was movie time as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous little girl. This was one of the first groups of Young Americans. We used to meet down in KTTV and KTLA. Looks like they're making me an older man ahead of my time, but not really. Good bunch of people. Boy, oh boy. Diane Turnquist on the right. Father worked with us. Pretty girl. Married a musician in Los Angeles. Oh boy. Up close. Oh, there's Thomas down there, right in the center there. Wonder whatever happened to her. Very talented young pianist and composer. Oh boy. A moment out of all their lives. Gracious. The movie bunch. Okay? Bunch of kids doing the motion picture for Columbia. This was one of the first Young Americans. If not the first. I would say this was taken in early '63 or late '62. Let's look at the girls first. Wow. Oh, what was her name? I should know it. That girl right there in the middle. Darn. Oh, that one in the middle halfway hiding was a beautiful girl. Whew. There's 2 hard-working buddies right there. Girl-wise. Oh, look at these neat people. Oh. And the gentleman. 2nd row. Wow. Dennis Heath. Oodles. And Gordon Harkness. Talk about a beautiful singing voice. Whew. On the steps of the Hollywood Palace television show. Oh boy. Of course, this doesn't sell the Young Americans. This is just to see the people, right? You want to do this, or should we forget it?
No, keep going. This is good.
Gordon Harkness again. O'Banion, Fred O'Banion right there. Dennis Heath. Ralph Pettiford. Boy. Again, one of the first. 1962. That was our accompaniment group back in 1962. And we did the show at NBC, which wasn't a television show, it was just a show, and that was the first show the Young Americans ever did. It was sponsored by the Los Angeles Junior Chamber of Commerce. Let's zoom in and see how close we can get to some of these people. That's it. Oh boy. Lisa Binney. Huh. Oh, here's one of our famous running shots, right?
Can we see NBC at the top?
I think this was what's it called? KNBC, the affiliate. They did a show. We did one of our first real television shows locally. Yeah, that's what it was. It was for the same show here. It was a patriotic show. They saw the,
There.
people from the network saw from the local, there, people from the local television network, television outlets saw the show and saw us, and then they produced a patriotic show way back there, probably '63, which kicked us off into all kinds of television work. Program that we did down at NBC Television. We rented the studio with the help of the Junior Chamber of Commerce of Los Angeles, and did our premiere program. That's when Robert Middleton did the narration, and Rod Serling was there. A man by the name of Fred Ziv also gave a great deal of, well, not a great deal of money, but I think Rod gave about $100, and Fred Ziv gave like $375, along with my money, is what started the Young Americans. This was that same program, which was one of the first times a choral group got up and moved to the music that they sang. It was very brand new. Caught on very nicely, quickly. This is the same group. Back up a little bit. That good enough? Evan?
That's just right. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Fred O'Banion on screen right, and Gordon Harkness in the middle. I was going to say the guy with the mustache. The other two gentlemen, I don't remember their names. What a fine quartet they were. This was done out here at an affair at the opening of this park. It was a patriotic affair, I believe. This publicity shot was done down at Hollywood Palace. Hi, Bill Carey. At least we put you with some good-looking people. Rich Chalet. Can you believe it? I don't remember the two girls' name, but I remember the two guys. That's not typical, especially two beautiful girls like that. Whew. From a special that we did on ABC.
Right there. Hold on.
Young Americans television special. We did a thing from Hair. We messed up the Young Americans image, which we enjoyed doing. Some neat people in there too, by George. Funny looking right now. Okay, from that to this. Miss Turnquist. Back to the movie time. Ken Primus down here. Take a look at him close if I can get in on him. He did the original MASH movie. What, the motion picture.
There. Hold on right there. That's good.
One of our many trios. Movie time again. The cast for the motion picture. Same group, more or less. This girl was very special. Wonder whatever happened to her. Very talented young composer. We took the movie into a jail. This was a scene in the jail. All the convicts were there. This is for real. Wasn't any kind of setup thing. Some of those men. Interesting. Oh, who's that guy? Different looking. Alright. Where to now? Should I just keep going with this?
Yeah.
Picture taken in Tokyo at one of the television studios. A really good picture. Let's look at some of these people. Hi there, Nancy. She was cute. Hi, Rick. And a couple. Oh, that was a cutie. Oh, this one here, Atkinson. Sharon. Whew, beautiful girl. Reboot. Steve Metz. Oh, Cletus Berrybaker. Terry. Oh, hi, Cindy. Love you, Cindy. Oh, Mr. Harvey Hassan. Randy Neese. Oh boy. Oh boy. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. This is a television show with Bing Crosby. Christmas show. Fenner, down there. Remember her? Holly Hancock. I think this girl went and, I'm not sure, but I think she went and got a job with old Calcutta.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Anybody ever see it?
No, I missed it.
I'd sure would like to see it.
She was my seat partner.
She was?
Yeah, on the bus.
There's our little cutie, Susie Freeman. Love you, Susie. And this girl went on to become a writer, a very fine Hollywood writer. Oh, and of course our Bill Brawley's in there, and Mark. And there's a man that turned out terrific, Roger Cassiano. That young lady was a talented young lady. Both those girls there were, whew. Oh, one of my buddies. Hi, Roy. Then was there ever a Scott T? Whatever happened to you, Scott? Where are you today? And my good friend, and I can call him my good friend, Trent Nelson. Okay, gang. The Andy Williams Show. Andy Williams Show. Sometime, who knows when it was. 68. No. 65 probably.
Right, tilt there, that's good.
The kids in rehearsal down at Robertson Studio. Too bad we lost that nice rehearsal hall. Look at the beanie on the over here. Who's this guy doing the hand waving? Ah! Done with the Young American Orchestra, which was not very much, at the Fair Circuit. That's kind of kooky. Becky Barnes in the background. We could do a whole number on quartets. Or we could do a number at on the steps at Washington, wherever that is. Hi, gang. Hi, Linda. Oh, that little blonde was something. Marvin? Tony Pavlonis? Hi, Bill Carey. Boy, were you good looking when you were younger. You weren't bad either. Ooh. No comment. There's not a comment about, though. She became a fine young comedian. This was during the Young American special. This is lines of Japanese outside of Sendagawa Arena in Tokyo. They lined up the first thing at 6 a.m. in the morning to come and see a Young Americans concert that evening, our farewell performance. And here's inside that particular arena. From Japan to Marshalltown, Iowa, we went out to eat at Marshalltown and came back to a automobile
Right there.
automobile jam. I mean, they came out in droves to see us in Marshalltown. That's just part of the audience. It was big, big house. Sydney, Australia. We went to Bangkok, Thailand, and sent the dimensions for our little stools. And our stools are the kind that you have in the kitchen that you sit on, only they're white and they're wood, and we've used them as a kind of a trademark through the years. We got down to Bangkok, and the man said, what do you want to do with all these stools that I've got in storage in the garage, in the warehouse? We said, well, we'll take them with us. He says, you'll take them now? And we said, yes, yes, we surely will. We'll put them on the bus. So he says, okay. So he brought us out and brought these huge, enormous stools, which you could, well, you can see, could they just got mixed up on the centimeters and the inches and the feet somehow, and produced these great big huge stools. We had 30 of them like that. Then we went to the Philippines, and in the Philippines the man says, what do you want me to do with all these stools that you sent? And I went, oh boy, here we go again. I says, well, it's like this, we have a problem with that. And he says, well, here they are. And he reached into his little desk drawer and he took out these tiny little stools about 3 inches high, 30 of them for little dolls. And somehow they had gotten mixed up, and they got mixed up in the opposite direction, made them small. It was very interesting anyway. What wasn't interesting? Everything we did in the Young Americans was interesting. Even the disasters were interesting. That's that young lady. that went on and did a fine career in comedy. Good girl. Japanese television. First time in Japan. Dan Gazelle in the middle. Tony Pavlonis. Television special for ABC Television, the Young American Special. Sponsored by Corning Glass. Young Americans in Tokyo doing a commercial for a, I don't know, some product. We slid down that box in the back. It was a very interesting one. Terry in the center here. Hi, Terry. Funny girl. I think it was Terry, or was that Cindy? I think that's Terry. Yeah, because there's Cindy. Or was that Cindy, or was that Atkinson? Can't really tell. Lots of feet. All off the air. Now, there's an interesting girl. That's a whole story in its own. Wonder whatever happened to her. Good, I hope. Randy Neese. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Tony. Hi, Marv. Pretty girl. Oh, big bass voice in the back. Okay, you guys. Hope you're having a good life. You got back there. You're back there in about 83 or so, at least.
What year did you say?
I think about 83, 82, 83.
You mean 60?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sorry, 62, 63. That doesn't make any difference. Yeah, the 60s. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Gordon. Hi, Barnett. Oh, boy.
You want to go ahead and grab them? There.
I don't know when this was, 62, 63, 64. Probably 62. I don't know, maybe there's 68, because there's Thomas. She was... Yeah, this had to be about 68, I think. 67, 66. Nancy, you're still in there, Jeepers Creepers. You were in a long time. Boy, mental pictures. Whew, lots of them. Hi, Bill. That guy was a nice guy.
Yep, got it.
Down in Malibu for a album cover. See how if I can get in. See if I know any of these people up close. Oh yeah, hi Marv. Hi Dennis. Almost hear the waves behind him. Who went way out in the end? Jones. That was your name, Jones. Great big voice. Perched on a cliff overlooking the ocean in Malibu. Okay. Again, our group out doing pictures. Hi, Cammy. Cameron Coy. Married, nice girl. Oh. Cindy Agrilius, love you, girl. Beautiful, beautiful girl. Hi, Terry. Hi, Tony. I think that was Sandy Horniak, I think.
Build up just a, okay.
That's a CBS television. Meredith Wilson show. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Debbie. Dennis. Hi, Fred. And Betty Lucato, you love. But you still are too, a love. Done. Speaking of stepladders, I think Bing Crosby show. Speaking of the Bing Crosby show,
What?
this wasn't the Bing Crosby show per se. This was the Hollywood Palace. But if you look real close, you'll see sneaking over here a man that watching. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The Young Americans right behind Bing. And there they are. Our own special for ABC. This is Charlie Brown. Rick. Rod Burton. Hi, Rod. Hi, cutie. You guys were neat. Hi, Barry. That's that. Hawaii! Hello, Hawaii! Hello, Hawaii! Reboot, I think. Pretty girl. Did you ever become a priest? I don't think so. That's okay. Nice girl on the left over there. Anna on the right, too. Oh. There's a nice guy. Hard working. Good heart. Sang great. That one's especially good because it's, well, Harvey Hastings in that. He was killed. But if you pull back a little bit, it's at the Easter show, Royal Easter Show in Sydney, Australia again. And this is a collection for Japanese charity. I'm not sure if it was Hiroshima, but I think it might have been. It was in Japan. Meredith Wilson show with Rini, Sergio Franke. What was her name? Something. Caterina Valenti. Playing games. The closing of our television special for ABC. The Music Man, when we used to build the gazebo, and that gazebo looks like it's on its last leg. Built too many times. From the orchestra's viewpoint.
Tusk?
Your friend and mine. Oh, our friends. There's several friends. Oh, my. All five of them. Bev Wisniewski, Jill Sparks, who's now Jill Carey. What's her name?
Bev Shaw?
Bev Shaw. David Green. And, what was his name?
Jerry Stoner?
Oh, Jerry Stoner. Goodness. That's a good picture. Says a few things. This is a good picture. Let's see a beautiful woman. Catch this.
Okay.
Yeah? Pretty face.
Eyes that would make him melt.
Mm-hmm. Recording session. Guy getting older. Right before our eyes.
And a gorgeous girl in the background.
Oh, yeah. A neat girl in the background. Kids out having a good time. Kids in Hollywood. Recent group shot. Changed a little bit. They're cute, aren't they? See? Hi, Dom. Hi, Dina. Pan some of those guys. Aww. Okay. You sweethearts. Great. Get these two girls down here just for me. Oh. What's that little guy? He reminds me of that plastic thing that Bill Brawley's
Mr. Bill?
Mr. Brawley's mother gave me of the kids. Plaster Paris model, this get a little short little thing. And there you have it, the history of the young Americans. Jeepers creepers, what a 25 years. Whew. Here's a good one. Do not remove. Negative in file. Good shot. See if you can get back up a little bit more. Yeah, see if you can get everybody. Okay. Color, brother. Get the puff of smoke more. Come on, stage left, stage right.
Okay.
So miss the kids and get the puff.
That's I'm at the border right there.
Okay, there's a picture. Ding. Boy, oh boy, were you young once. Gosh. Color. Get the camera.
Okay.
Milton. What's he doing there? Funny looking old man. Look at all the cute stuff. Oh, back off and get the good shot. You're missing it. There you are. She's cute though, huh? She's a deer. Oh, she's a deer. Bad. Back off. Look at you. Look at Jody. Can't back off any further.
That's it. I can see everything now. Okay.
Get our friend. Good. That's as much as you can back off?
Right there.
Okay.
Okay.
That's as good as you can get it, right?
Yeah.
It was a good show. Should be brought back again, frankly. Really should be.
Same cast. Oh.
Be great. I'm for that. But Mark! Cherry! Put the wenches in the jail. Our French connection.
For making friends is happiness to a young American.
We got the road ahead of us.
Right ahead of us.
The road ahead of us.
Yes, we got a trip to take
And friends to make
in the world ahead of us.
Our journey's taking many miles, but they're shorter than they seem.
For
Every time we look ahead,
we're closer to our dream.
closer to our
When our journey
dreams.
is over, we hope that everyone has been made a little happier
By the young Americans. Our journey's taking many miles, but they're shorter than they seem.
For
Every time we look ahead,
we're closer to our dream.
closer to our
When our journey is over, we hope that everyone has been made a little happier
by the young Americans.
We got the road ahead of us. We got the road ahead of us. We got a trip to take and friends to make in the world ahead of us.
You know, back home in Nebraska, when I was 4 or 5, I remember living on the farm and going with my father and brothers up to check our cattle. You know, I remember seeing baby calves and thinking how cute they were and how much fun they would be to play with. I remember coming home and sitting down to a meal cooked by my mother and my sister. All 6 of us would sit around the table and laugh. You know, I remember getting up early in the morning and walking to a small country school, and then home again at night. And if Mom and Dad weren't home, we would always go visit Grandma and Grandpa. You know, it all seems like yesterday to me. Those days are here one minute and the next they're gone. Do you remember rolling a tire and walking with tin hats on your heels? How about skipping stones on water? And whatever happened to hide and seek? What was it we used to shout? Ollie, ollie, oxen free, or anyone near our goal is it? And remember sitting on the front porch, looking up and counting stars? Well, whatever happened to front porches? Or that railing you used to jump off into a pile of leaves? And remember finding that stray dog, bringing it home, but you just couldn't keep it? And whatever happened to love? Do you remember when it would rain and you used to go outside and build dams in the street and then go wading barefooted? Or remember going around catching fireflies in a jar but then letting them go free? And remember walking down that road in a field or maybe in your own backyard, looking up and saying words that seem like magic? Starlight, star bright, the first star I see tonight. I wish I may, wish I might have that wish I wish tonight. And whatever happened to love?
All the years go by so quickly, and you just can't bring them back. We're so busy acting grown up, don't you see? Don't you see that all of us were children? Seems like yesterday to me, playing games in that world of fantasy.
And there you have it, the history of the young Americans. Jeepers creepers, what a 25 years. Whew. Here's a good one. Do not remove. Negative in file. Good shot.